Okay, now we're going to start the framing plan. We've been on the roof and we have our HVAC placement plan. And now we take another fresh copy, unmarked, and we commence our framing plan. Now there's three things we need to do. The first thing we do is to create a scale. Now a scale means you can measure in one dimension and translate it to another dimension. Like in a typical house, maybe it's 1/4 inch per foot. So measure 3/4 of an inch and you've measured 3 feet. Well, this has a scale. The drawing is this long and it's X 100 feet. We just need to figure out what that scale is. So that's what we're going to do right now. So on the inside of the store, we want to get a dimension from the back wall to the front wall. If you walk back and forth, you might find a place where you can get it in a single measurement with your laser. On this particular store, there was a storeroom back here with double doors, which I was able to open and they stayed open. And I was able to put the laser on the back wall here and shoot all the way to the front. That was nice. You can't always do that. But you want to get a dimension from the front to the back. So I'm going to draw here basically a grid line along the inside of the back wall, and here a grid line along the inside of the back wall. The other one was the front wall. Now, when I shot that dimension with the laser, I got 183 feet, 5 inches. Then I looked for a dimension all the way from the right-hand wall to the left-hand wall. Again, had to maneuver around. In this case, I had to take it in 2 pieces. There was an area towards the back of the store where I was able to go from the wall to a column, and then I had to step around some fixtures and go from that column to this wall. But at any rate, I got a dimension. And you want to get that in as few steps as possible so that you're not introducing human error. Now, in this particular case, the dimension left to right was 158 feet. Now, you might notice on this particular Google Earth drawing, these walls are actually bent in a little bit this way. Now, I measured the store, the back and the front, and I got the same exact 158 inches dimension. So it's just a matter of the way the satellite took the photo, which is going to adjust my scale just a little bit. So I need to bear that in mind. Now, the building is 158 by 183.5. Now let's get our scale. So at the front wall, I measure from this corner to this corner on the photograph. And I'm trying to get a really nice exact dimension there. And I've got 6 1/4 inches. I'm going to write that right here. And then this direction, I'm going to measure that. And I want to do it at the wall. And I'm getting 7 1/8 inches. Okay, now I have everything I need to discover the scale of this drawing. So on a typical house, it might be, say, a 60-foot house at 1/4 inches per foot. Say a 60-inch house, and the drawing's 15 inches. So 60 divided by 15 tells you 4 feet per inch, or 1/4 inch per foot. In this case, we have 183 feet and 7 1/8, so all we do is divide those numbers. We say 183, 5 inches divided by 12 is 0.42, so 183.42 feet divided by 7 1/8 inches, and that equals, and I do the math right on here so I don't forget anything, 183.42 divided by 7.125 equals 25.743. That's my scale. 1 inch equals 25.743 feet. What that means is, if I was to come to this drawing and measure 1 inch, that means I've gone 25.743 feet. Or to do it another way, if I was to measure 7 1/8 inches, 7 1/8 times 25 gives me 183 foot 5 inches. Same thing this direction. I'm going to say 158.0 divided by 6.25 equals 158 divided by 6.25 equals 25.28 inches. And now I have the scale for our drawing. Next thing we're going to do is locate the columns.